All right, guys. So we having the stream right now. This title of the stream is "Cops Are the Enemy of the People." And I claim, and I aim to prove that throughout this whole stream. You want to have conversations about other things. That's fine, but that's sidebar stuff. Aside from the original purpose of the stream, the stream is to demonstrate to you that just like terrorists, you should fear cops. Cops are no different than terrorists. They're no different than the freaking American Taliban, in my humble opinion. Now, I'm basing that based off of facts. Now, the opinion that I've reached based on facts, you can disagree with. You could argue with the definition of terrorism, but you're gonna have a really, really tough time here. And one thing that I do not tolerate on my channel and on my streams is you talking over me, you pretending like you presenting arguments with no facts. That's the one thing that I want people to understand. That I want to have conversations. I don't want to have branded back and forths. Like, for example, if it sounds too much like Fox News going against MSNBC, going against CNN, going against whatever you name it, what's the point? If I wanted to watch Fox News, I would simply turn on Fox News. I don't want to hear a Fox News talking point. I want to hear an original thought. If you support police officers, demonstrate with an original thought. If you start, knows how no time I did not mention race. If you inject race into this, then I'm going to just ban you. Because at no point did I mention race. At no point. Everybody should dislike cops. Doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're brown, doesn't matter if you're green, doesn't matter if you're purple, doesn't matter if you're blue, doesn't matter if you are freaking translucent. Doesn't matter if you it doesn't matter if you a human, doesn't matter if you a canine, doesn't matter if you a cat, doesn't matter if you a man, doesn't matter if you a woman, doesn't matter if you're transgender, doesn't matter if you are cisgender, doesn't matter if you are gay, you are lesbian, it doesn't matter. You should fear police officers because they kill everybody goddamn same. The motto of the American police officer, aka the American Taliban, is a bullet for every man, woman, and child. They don't, believe it or not, cops are actually not racist, as I originally thought. Because cops mostly shoot everybody. Mostly. When they show up to a freaking crime scene, man, they just bring out the freaking zombs. The toolies. Okay? And they just open fire. They do shit that even the fucking cartels wouldn't even do. Right? And how you doing, Born Sean? That's why you stay strapped or get clapped. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I say, like, the whole thing with the, that's why here with the Black Panther Party, they are super duper pro gun rights because of the cops. So you ain't got to worry about gun control here because in Washington State, we can open carry here. Okay? The gun rights there are pretty good. Now, granted, when it comes to buying them, I wish that would change. It's a little bit of a lengthy wait process, but you know what? Overall, if I get to open carry, I can't argue with that, man, because that's better than most states. That's a freaking improvement. So I came from South Carolina, and South Carolina just recently got open carry. Out of all them years, South Carolina's a freaking red state. Washington State's a freaking blue state, and in most of these blue states, they have like a lot of forests. A lot of like wildlife. It is very much pro gun. Because if you look at places like Vermont and Washington State, Wyoming, places that have really, really cold environments, but also have crazy animals like grizzly bears. I think that even though they have those kind of things there's no gun control push there because it's very easy to convince somebody to go buy a gun when a freaking full-grown wolf can just walk through your city at any given point. In Tacoma, in Washington State, they had a wolf problem some years ago, man. They had wolves walking through downtown Tacoma. And let me tell you something. The first time you see a wolf walk through your neighborhood, you're going to buy a gun, son. Because let me tell you something. The size of a wolf, it dwarfs even a fucking Great Dane, yo. A wolf is fucking humongous. I've seen one in person. I used to fuck around with one. I used to there's an organization here that used to go around and try to basically contain wolf hybrids. And so I've actually ran into some. And let me tell you something, man, a wolf is fucking horrifying. So if you have never seen one before, you need to go see one and see why so many people won't got them guns, man. But all of them, I support gun rights because I want people to have an option outside of the freaking cops to actually protect themselves. It's also why I encourage people to get dogs, to get home security, to get things to protect yourself, because obviously cops cannot protect you. They're not constitutionally bound to even protect you. If you read the court case known as Gonzalez versus the town of Castle Rock, um, you will see that cops are not constitutionally bound to protect you. ACAB does not apply to police dogs, right? Oh, of course not. I don't think police dogs should even be a thing. I don't think police should even use dogs. I'm actually even against the freaking military doing it. I don't think that dogs should be used to get themselves killed in our stupid affairs. That's not fair. You know, dogs don't build fucking bombs, right? Dogs don't go around trying to like rape people and kill people. That's humans. So I don't think dogs should even be used in that kind of capacity. I think dogs should be brought off of police forcing, off of military, all that stuff, because I love dogs. And I've seen what war can do to dogs because I was in war. So I don't think I don't believe that police dogs should be a thing. I don't think animals should be used in any affairs when it comes to law enforcement. But also back to my main point. So my issue when it comes to some of the support for police officers, mainly the main issue that I have is that people treat them like superheroes. And much of the time, it is not deserved. Like I'll give you a prime example of people treating cops like superheroes. So people who say things like, well, cops shoot people, or sometimes cops are paranoid because cops get shot all the time, right? And so basically, my thing is the Patriot American. Thank God for women in uniform. Oh man, listen. If you wanna trust the freaking pigs, you go right ahead. Not me though. That's not for me. That's weird, man. So when a police officer kills someone, is that God's judgment? Wow. Okay. Hey, listen. You're making God sound like a freaking asshole, right? You're making God sound like a goddamn asshole. I personally think that God wouldn't approve of this, right? We need to address that. Has nothing to do with the stream. Nothing to do with the stream. All right, Jamal, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you
How you
doing?
doing, Jamal? I'm reading some of
Good
the
talking to
comments,
you.
man.
Yeah. I agree with you that I just don't understand why people treat cops like they're Batman or Superman, like some Marvel comic superhero serials. It's like
Do you know
why?
what
Like,
the ironic part is though?
yeah,
Is that Batman, the Punisher, Daredevil, all of them, they operated outside of the fucking law. They do they do what cops aren't supposed to do. That's the ironic part about it. They only became what they were because cops failed. Cops didn't protect Bruce Wayne's freaking it was Bruce Wayne's parents. So he
yeah,
became
yeah.
Batman. Daredevil became Daredevil because they didn't protect his fucking dad. Spider Man became Spider Man because of freaking it was Uncle Ben. Punisher became Punisher because he was a cop and his whole family got him killed. So if he actually trusted the actual justice system, why didn't he simply go as a cop to go and apprehend the people who went after his freaking family? So every vigilante that these people are being compared to do things that are outside of what cops are supposed to are actually supposed to do.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny you brought up the Punisher because I read somewhere that the creator of the Punisher does not like cops using that Punisher logo or sign because he
Yeah,
doesn't agree with like their whole mentality. So it's pretty interesting.
yeah. The Punisher's existence is the very fact that he even exists demonstrates that cops are fucking failures. Because
Right.
if he truly believed in the criminal justice system, why did he simply call the cops instead of becoming the freaking Punisher?
That's a
He
good
became
point.
the Punisher because our criminal justice system oftentimes lets go people like freaking Kingpin. This man tried to kill Kingpin because Kingpin had been locked up over 100 times,
Okay.
got away with
That's
murder numerous times. Yeah,
okay. I have a question for you. I'm trying to
go ahead.
figure this one out because I've asked conservatives themselves. And I kind of lean conservative in a lot of issues, but they won't give me a clear cut answer. Conservatives like to say, they want smaller government, less government power, lower taxes. They're against large socialistic enterprises, right? Yet
Mhm.
they love the police. I mean, wouldn't you want like less police, uh, to defund the police by a large percent? Wouldn't you want police to have less power, governmental power? Um, if they're going to be consistent, but no, it's with police. They're like the exception with them. I just don't get it. Can some conservative in the chat please explain that to me, please?
I would love someone to explain to me also, how can you say that you want small government while at the same time you are pushing for a government force that can come into your home whenever they want to, based on a warrant that can be that can be obtained without your knowledge, and you call that small government?
Right.
Freedom Right 76 says, so if cops are the enemy of all humans, then who's supposed to take care of crimes, counselors?
Well, let me
Oh
answer
my
that.
God.
Well, for me personally, I don't know about ACAB, but for me, I do not want to abolish the police wholesale. I just want like to defund them by, I don't know, maybe like 50%. I don't know the right figure, but I want them to be reduced. I want their powers to be reduced, because I believe that they're stepping over our constitutional rights a lot, and they're getting away with it, especially the Fourth Amendment. Um, but I do not want to abolish the police wholesale. I want real, comprehensive police reforms. I want there to be higher standards to be a police officer. I want qualified immunity to be abolished. I want DAs to actually, have a backbone and prosecute bad police officers. I want real changes. Okay, so I don't hate the police. Okay, I dislike them. I don't trust them, but I don't hate them. But I don't know. ACAB could give his own thoughts about
Right,
that.
right. So the way I see it when it comes to policing, what I would do with policing is largely it would go away. And here's why I would say that, right? All these people who are conservative says, "Oh, I want my guns. I'm so pro Second Amendment." All right, well then you pro Second Amendment and protect yourself then. Quit being a goddamn bitch.
Right.
Quit
Why
quit
you?
relying on daddy government to fucking protect you then.
I was about to say that.
Otherwise,
I
yeah,
was about
yeah,
to say
yeah.
that.
Because like, First thing, second thing is that I want to give people the option of going into their neighborhood and saying, "Hey, we want private security." I would give every neighborhood the option. If you want to keep the system that you currently have, then keep it. But if I want to go to private security, if I want to hire some private security firm, if I want to contract the Black Panther Party, if I want to contract the Proud Boys, if I want to contract anybody that I want to contract to protect my neighborhood with my money, and if I say I don't want to pay for any more lawsuits involving police officers, I don't want to pay for any more police fucking uniforms, I don't want to pay for any more of your gas, I don't want to pay for any more of your freaking military vehicles. I don't want to pay for any more of that. I want to be able to hire my own private security force to enforce the
And,
laws that I like.
and someone mentioned about defunding the police. America, um, per capita spends more on the police than just about every OECD country. I don't know what OECD stands for, but I'm pretty sure it means like rich countries. So America spends a lot on the police, yet we still have relatively more crime than other countries. So I don't think throwing more money at the police is going to solve the crime issue. And about the whole crime issue, there's like so many laws on the books, right? That they could like get you for pretty much anything these days now, right? I read
Yeah.
a stat that 70% of people, Americans, have committed a crime where they could be prosecuted, but DAs, they just don't have the resources to prosecute everyone. So they're very selective about who they or what they prosecute. So there you go.
Right, and the other issue when it comes to the whole gun rights thing, right? So the reason why I say gun rights should be pushed more than anything else is because I as a black person, I want to have the option. Let's say that in the black community, and this goes to all the freaking conservatives, all the freaking bootlickers, all the people out there who love cops and cops out there. Suppose out there someone not not even black. Someone out there says, I simply don't trust cops and you will not change my mind. I should be able to protect myself though. And that person wants to own a gun. And they say, I don't want to interact with cops. I won't break any laws. Don't fuck with me unless I hurt somebody. Why should that person ever have to interact with cops? But cops can force the issue. And this is why whenever they get killed, I don't fucking cry for them. Fuck them.
Um,
Fuck them. That's just my opinion. I'm not telling you to fucking do it. I'm not telling you to go out and hurt them. But it gets to the point where it's like, if you're going to dehumanize me over and over and over again, don't be shocked when I think can dehumanize you.
right. I mean, like for me personally, I never had like I was like neutral towards cops until they started like treating me like trash, racially profiling me, going fishing for some crime to get me with. Um, that they're very condescending tone towards me, and I'm a very like cool, kind person, cordial person, but they just got this like chip on their shoulders, like, whoa, come on, like calm down, like my tax dollars like pays for your salaries. Like, why are you treating me like I'm a piece of trash, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, so it's on them. They're the ones who are the reason why I have a negative view towards them, because of my
I'm gonna
negative
tell you something
connections with
that's gonna blow your mind though. Something that you should really think about. The reason why cops are so shitty to you, right? It's for the exact same reason that Blockbuster customer service was so goddamn shitty to you. Because when you feel like you're the only game in town and that nothing's gonna happen to you, why wouldn't you act that way?
them. Yeah, yeah.
Why
And
wouldn't you
there's
act that way?
actually, and you said not to bring up race, but I read a study. This is
Oh no,
I
go
think
go
the
ahead. I
stat
don't
is
give a fuck.
okay. This is from I think Stanford. A study shows that um cops uh are more likely to disrespect black people than white people. They're more likely to have a condescending, disrespectful tone towards black people than white people. So there's an actual study that shows that yeah, cops, they generally, you know, are disrespectful for towards black people. So you know, and there's also numerous studies that show that cops are more likely to pull over black people and to search their vehicle, even though white people are more likely to be found with contraband when their car is searched. So you know,
Thank you so much, Brown Girl in a Bus. You're one of my favorite content creators, man. I love your you know what I love most about her, man? I love her confidence and I love her sense of humor. She's actually really, really funny. I don't watch a whole lot of TikTok people, but I do watch her because she's really funny because she's got this like this whole down to earth type of feel to her. But I do got to ask you something, though. So Jamal,
yeah.
when it comes to police officers, what is your opinion of what a police officer is?
Well, they're supposed to be enforcing the law, right?
Right.
Um, but again, like they're very selective about like what law to enforce. Um, I think they should just focus on more likely like violent crimes instead of like focusing on people who have tinted windows or broken taillight and just pulling them over you know hopefully they may escalate the situations with that sometimes and it just goes haywire. But yeah, I don't think we should have police officers. Um, they shouldn't be called for things where they're just not needed and they're not expertise at. You know, um, I believe like I think there's a city in Colorado where like people who have like mental health issues, they have like a special unit for that, and they're not armed. Instead of calling the police officers. You know, so I think that in very only in certain situations police should be called. Especially for like, people who are maybe like a criminal who has like you're just firing at a supermarket or something or something like that, a violent situation. But in a lot of situations like yeah, I don't believe it's just unnecessary to have cops.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Do you think? I think that I like your idea. The problem is that it's the idea of the badge that I think people are so drawn to. It's the look of the police officer. Like for example, I'll give you a prime example of what I mean. Um, you know, people say they like a man in uniform, right? Like you get chicks who will say that a lot, and let's be honest, a lot of chicks do say that. The problem is that when you show them a janitor who wears a uniform, they'll be like, "Oh, I can't date him." So it's not the uniform that they have; it's the idea behind it,
Mm,
and that's what I think when I say things like abolish the police and replace them with private security. People can't think to themselves, "Well, the same way that those police went through all those freaking academies, couldn't that private security also do the exact same thing? Aren't
yeah,
police
yeah.
the exact same civilians as private security? So why is it that it has to be police? Why?
But
Because
because
people have been brainwashed and programmed to think that police are the only option. Listen, you could switch up your insurance companies. You can switch up where you buy your vehicle from. You can buy different brands of firearms. You can go to a different Department of Motor Vehicles. You can go to Department of Motor Vehicles in any part of your state and get the same license. You have a lot of control in every other part of the government, even the private sector, even your life. But when it comes to cops, they are the one exception.
yeah, it's mind-boggling. I
I
think the
can vote in
person,
the president. I could have the fucking deciding vote that gets the president of the United States of America into office, right? But I can't fire a cop.
yeah, yeah,
Brown girl on the bus. What's going
that's
on? What's going
Hey, I
on?
wasn't ready. I was like, oh,
My boo from another from another freaking on view. What's going on?
oh, not much, honey. I was listening to you. I was like, I have so much to say about this topic because
Go
I am
ahead.
that black
You
woman
got the
that no
floor.
matter what I do, if I get stopped, I'm going to jail. And people don't really believe that with me. My sense of humor is comes from a place of pain. I have to
Right.
laugh at all the crazy things that's happened to me. Um, just like with one instance when I first moved into my bus, I was driving through South Carolina and the baby broke down on
That's
me.
where I'm from.
So you already know.
Yeah, I
So
already
I'm
know.
at Carowinds intersection
Hmm.
in the far left turning lane to go. I was trying to get to the gas station.
Right.
So I called 911. Hey, I'm in my bus. It's broken down. I'm in the left turning lane. They're like, okay, well, they had to figure out because that's on the border of North and South Carolina. They had to figure out who to send to me. So
Hmm.
next thing I know, officer comes up, sheriff's deputy. I look out the window. Now I'm in a bus. I can't just get out the bus. I can't put blinkers on because my battery went dead. So I didn't have blinkers on. It was broad daylight. Far left turn lane was two turn lanes. I could get out safely. He walks up to the bus with his gun drawn. Now, if a person is in a like not particular school bus, but a big vehicle like this and not getting out, the first thing he wanted to do is pull his gun out. Because I know he saw me when it went down and came up behind me. But he came with his guns drawn. And he's like, why are you stopped? I can't turn it on. And, why did you get out the vehicle? I'm disabled and I'm not going to put myself in traffic. You want to help me get out? So the officer that I called that they sent after me came and he's looking at this guy like, she called in, dude. I was very thankful for him, but they're very far and few between. That's the one time I did not end up in jail. Okay? Because he's like, do you have insurance for this thing? Do you have, and being in this bus life has really taught me a lot of things about how they really look at me, how people look at me as a black woman living a lifestyle that is so glamorous to every other white person in the world. They live in a bus and they convert a bus. Oh, that's great. But for me, oh, darling, do you need some heat? I got some blankets. Um, you know, from every person, from police officers. I had somebody come over. I called the police one time to come over here to the property that I'm on because I'm on a big 3-acre land property where there's a house on the property, but normally nobody lives in the house. I'm the only one on the property. and I would rent the bus out for people to experience it. And somebody, I had a guest that did not come because I got cameras all over the place. I don't play that. Who is that? You need to leave. I'm armed. Okay. So I called the police because the guest didn't come, and they said that they did come, but I checked all my cameras, and there's only one way in this property and one way out, unless they came through the woods. And if you're walking through the woods on this property, you might get a bullet in your butt or arrow. I like arrows better. They're quiet. But so I called the police to ask them, I need you guys to come check the property. This guest said that they came and checked out the accommodations and didn't like it, but they never. I don't see them on any cameras. They did not come through the front. If that's the case, they had to come through the woods. I need to check the bus, check the property, make sure it's safe, because it's dark out here at nighttime, and I wasn't gonna go back there. But I need to make sure that my investment was secure. These officers looked at me like, "No, we're not gonna do that."
Excuse you?
Out of bus in the first place, sir. It's not your job to tell me what my business, how to run my business. Number one, it's your job to present. I said, so if later on you get a call that I'm on this property murdered, you're gonna feel good about that too. And they left me on an unsafe property that they never checked, and I'm in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh,
and it was 2 black officers.
Wait a minute. Can I interject? Do you know about the city called Brookside? I think that's in Alabama. Brookside,
I
Alabama.
think I've heard of it before. Is it
Yeah.
what they call it? Sundown Town or something like that?
Yeah, because in Brookside, there's a recent article written about Brookside, Alabama, how corrupt the police are in that city. They're actually policing for profit. They're like stopping people for the most minor infractions, right?
I'm not surprised.
To get more revenue for the city, and it's like super corrupt, like super corrupt. And you should Google it. The article, it'll shock you.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure that there are much more cities like that in Alabama because, like when we travel, I have a friend that lives in northern Alabama, and I'm like, what time are you driving? Which way are you going? We literally like, which route are you going? Because we know certain cities when the sun goes down, driving through there is not safe. You're going to get stopped. It's a guarantee.
That's crazy. It shouldn't be that way in the
ridiculous.
land of the free.
Here where home of the brave. Land of the free, home of the brave. I had an incident over here too, where my thing is I live this lifestyle so I can have an abundance to bless others, bless myself, and grow. Okay, so I live well below my means so that I can invest in things, invest in myself, my business. If somebody need a job, I can put somebody in their pocket, give them work. So when I first got here, I had like 5 employees just from this neighborhood all by itself, and they were all white people, But that's where I fell. I had one employee. She would come over here and do odd jobs and things like that for me, and we became very close over time. That I trusted her. And basically one day she came over and she asked me something, and I don't know, she just didn't like the way I said it. I said, I'm about to do some black girl magic. And I think that rubbed her wrong. You got to do some black girl magic, blah, blah, blah. So time went on. Went to a gathering across the street at a very cool neighbor of mine. Her name is Susie. I love her to death. Susie and Mark. And she busted out the N-word in this space with nothing but, I'm the only chocolate thing in the room, right? So everybody in there is in awe, and they're waiting for me to respond, and I just kept it moving. The following week, this lady had a nervous, quote-unquote, breakdown, broke into the house, stole anything she could grab, broke into my bus, stole all my tools, and broke into everybody's house in the cul-de-sac. I called the police. The police did not take her in. They did not charge her with anything. We had cameras on her. You know why? because she was having a mental health issue. So I said, okay, she's having a mental health issue. Can you take her in for a 72-hour hold? No, we don't do that anymore. You have to get the family to commit her. You have to go to court to get her committed. To this day, she still has not gone to jail. We did get her committed, but she basically, carried herself out of it. They caught her on the bay, swinging a hammer, trying to get people to pay her to launch their boats, running around the city just terrorizing people. Only person she don't mess with is me now, because I don't play that. You get an arrow in your butt. But that's the kind of things that we deal with. Like that's a whole bunch of levels of what the fuck. Because not only if it was me having a mental break, I'm pretty sure they would have drugged me in there like it was nothing, like no tomorrow. Okay, they would have found a reason to drag me in there. But the fact that if it is a mental health issue, that they do absolutely nothing about it, nothing, with proof,
I don't think
on camera.
Well,
But can I interject with something real quick? So somebody asked me a question: why is my American flag upside down? I get this question a lot. Why do I hang it upside down? Well, it's a sign of distress. If you look throughout American history, we typically do that in a sign of distress. It's also a sign that there is extreme danger or extreme danger to life or property. But for my reasons, because most of the people that I went to basic training with have either died or committed suicide, or they're severely mentally ill. Aside from that, how the police treat homeless people and how the police have treated the American people is another reason why. But the main reason that I do it is because it's a sign of distress, that there are things in this country that's happening that I don't agree with as a combat veteran, and that's just why it's specific to combat veterans, because we serve this country and we think to ourselves, you told us that we were serving this country and that was a fucking lie, and now look at how you're abusing the American people. That's why we would do that. So if people want to know so bad, I just want people to understand that the fact that you find it so disrespectful that I hang the flag upside down, yet you don't seem to recognize that the very people who wear this flag abuse people. That says more about you than it does on me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
No, that's real. and we're so disconnected to. It just kills me how we're so connected to the symbols of this country that quite often are based in hate and control and racism versus the actual flesh human being sitting in front of you, speaking their truth and their story of what they have to experience on a daily basis. So you're more worried about that flag that's not going to do anything for you but fly. But a person that can come talk to you and tell you what they have to experience on a daily basis means nothing to you. You're just automatically offended by their words because it's not what you expect it to be. Fuck that flag. It can sit there and fly. Now, I can say fuck that flag in the means of the way that it is portrayed right now, it means nothing to me right now. The way this country has treated me and my people, it means nothing to me right now. It has no meaning. We're holding on to these symbols that mean nothing. And most of these people are Christians. I don't even want to go there, low. See, you'll get me permanent ban talking to you. And most of these people, this is why I don't talk a lot. I try to make jokes so I can stay on TikTok, but it's real.
I'm gonna tell you, I've been listen. I wanna have conversations with people, right? I want to talk to people in like the comment section. But as soon as you reply, you know what they do, right? Mm-hmm. They grab the comment, they get a link, they take it all their friends, they all flag it. That's why I just say now, if you get belligerent, I just fucking ban them. I don't even like,
because people they don't have the capacity to listen and have a conversation. They don't have the capacity to hear something that might be against what they were taught and what they're comfortable with. People don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable because that means you're going to have to change. I live my whole entire life uncomfortable because I'm a woman, because I'm BIPOC, I'm not even gonna say a woman of color. I'm of every race, and depending on where I live, somebody be like, "Oh, you're Spanish. Oh, you're Mexican. Oh, you're Native American." It just depends on where I live and depends on which one they pull out. Okay, so being BIPOC, okay, being a lesbian. Oh my God, that part. You know,
Yeah, they gonna get you there.
being a plus size woman. Lord Jesus, I can't even go
Yep.
into a bar
Ain't nothing
without
made for
being
you.
touched.
You can't even go shopping.
Can't even go shopping. Oh yeah, no, that's I mean, all kind of. Oh, that's it. Thick. You know, like, thank you, creep. I think you know, you get it from every side, but you're worried about a flag. You don't care
Yep.
about. I can't walk into the store without knowing if somebody's going to grab my butt and sexually assault me. You don't care about that. You don't care that, a vast majority of women in general are sexually assaulted. Some of them by cops. I've had a cop sexually assault me. Sir, you're not supposed to be patting down like that. There's nothing in there.
Oh, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Can I tell my story?
It happens to a lot of men too, and believe it or
Yeah,
not, men don't want to believe me. They
They
don't
don't
want
yeah,
to
want to
believe me. I'm like,
no, it seriously happened to me. No joke. Let me quickly share the story. So I was sitting in my parked car, like I'm doing right now, adjacent to the park, right? Um, and I fall asleep, right? It's broad daylight. I wake up to someone yelling at me, "Put your hand on the steering wheel." I'm like, "What?" I look in my rearview mirror and I see a cop pointing his gun at me. I'm like, "What in the world is going on?" He walks up to my car. He tells me like, "Oh, I thought your car was stolen." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So he asked me for my name. I gave him my name. He asked me for my last name. I'm like, "No, I'm not going to give it to you." He's like, "Well, I need it for the report." I'm like, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to give it to you." Because in California, it's not stop and identify state, so you don't have to give them like your name and stuff. So I'm like, no. And I got at that point, I was getting tired of cops profiling me and asking me for my ID and stuff, right, to go fishing. So I was like, no, I'm just not going to give you any more information, right? So soon after, a female cop shows up, right, and she comes with an attitude, and she tells me, give me your full name. I'm like, no, and she's like, do you have any warrants on you? I'm like, I'm not gonna answer any questions. And she's like, get out. I'm like, okay, whatever. And she's like, put your hand on the hood. I do that, right? And she starts to
What?
frisk me, right? She starts to frisk me, right? But this is how she frisks me. Her hand digs like deep into my like between my butt cheeks, right? And she grabs my private parts. And I'm like, what in the world? Right? Like she's doing it to make me feel like to
To get a
dehumanize me,
reaction
right?
out of you.
Yeah, and to dehumanize me and to make it seem like she just wants to disrespect me, right? I'm like, this woman is crazy. Like, what in the world? And I thought like after that incident that I would just like blow it off, like it wouldn't like hurt me because I'm a male, right? But for months
Mm-mm.
afterwards, I was just like just hurt by like I felt like violated because I was violated, and it does hurt. Now I understand how women feel when they're like sexually assaulted at a club or something. Like it hurts them. Like they feel like
It will stick
violated.
in
That's
your
what I
mind for
felt
the
like.
rest
It
of
felt
your
like that.
life. Because
Yeah,
here's the
yeah,
thing is, most people who do those type of things, especially in public settings, do it because they want a reaction. She was trying to get a reaction out of you, get you to jump so that she could have some reason to arrest you. That was her motive to that. Other people's motives is just to see your reaction, see how you're going to respond. And most women have been raised to not respond to those type of things because it's just a man. They're just touchy feely. That's you're just supposed to just blow it off. But
yeah,
most women, a
yeah,
lot of women is gonna, you know, turn and flip out and hit you with something and things like that. And I mean,
yeah.
I had that happen
Yeah.
at a job. I was opening a store in Durham, North Carolina, and I had it was a handyman that was coming in here helping put lighting stuff and everything in the store, and I was on the ladder hanging up clothes on the top stuff. And next thing I know, I get grabbed from the touchy to the booty, from between my legs in the back, all the way front to the back. Now, thank goodness the store wasn't open, but I did kindly kick him in the face and ended up losing my job after I told the manager why I kicked him in the face. I lost the job.
Mm.
Still hadn't got
wow.
paid for that job. Anybody want to contact Leon Bellamy? Feel free. He still owe me money for that job. I worked like 80 hours. Yeah. But
Wow.
I mean, that's the repercussions on the back end that happens to stay silent about those type of things.
How often do you think this kind of stuff like happens?
Daily.
I mean, in terms of like, you think it's like so pervasive that it's kind of like Catholic Church like levels.
Yes. Where do you think it comes from? That control and that ideology taught into a woman to be pleasant and be quiet and be silent and to follow a man. Those things are embedded into women. Even women of color in every religion, in every culture, we're supposed to be these complacent things that are used when needed. And if you're not, then that makes you an old hag or, a bitch or whatever. It makes you everything outside of that conformity of what a woman is supposed to be. Now, here's the thing. Black women, we done damn busted out of the mold because we had to. We had to stand up. We had to make sure that we support the men that we have left, the children that we have to raise. So we have busted out into this independence over time because we're going to survive. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little bit less, unless you're really deep into the church, for a independent Black woman. And that's what other cultures, or white women and people, why they hate us so much, because like, what? We're not taught like y'all. Y'all can do whatever. Y'all independent. We want to be independent too. Wow. They want to be that but they don't understand that doesn't come from a place. You think I wouldn't mind being a nice housewife, just raising some children with a husband, with a studsman, and all I have to do is take care of my house? I don't know about the husband part.
What you call it? What you call it again?
I need to be a studsman. With my little studsman,
That's the funniest shit. I've never heard that before.
I got terminology for you don't know about. But I would love to be, I was raised to be a housewife. My grandmother was a housewife. She only married one man, and when he died, that's still the only man she ever had. She cooked, she cleaned, she take care of the house, she sewed clothes. She used to make all of our clothes. She showed me all those things. I would love to do that, but my society does not allow me to do that. It is conforming, but that's how I would want to see myself, at least one part of my life, where I can just go in my house and play house. Now, it's not saying that people don't choose those things. It is also embedded and forced on us as well, because some people, you can't tell a husband that you about to play house and they like, I want to go and be a mechanic. I want to do this. I want to do that. I still identify as a man, but we're taught that that's how you're supposed to be. And if you're outside of that, you're less. I have a whole fraction of my family that does not talk to me. My own sister, I don't speak to her because I'm outside of that conformity of being with a man, having kids, being married, take care of home, depending on that man. Now, my society is not putting me in a place as a Black, lesbian, BIPOC woman to do that, because it's not the norm here, And when we start,
especially not in Alabama,
honey, they don't know what to do with me down here. I got my whole neighborhood. I ain't seen a Trump flag in this area. Not one. Not near one. Look.
You lucky.
Matter of fact, the neighbor across the street put up a I was so proud. It was like a present to me. They put up one of the all religion and rainbow flags. Boy, oh boy, we should have seen some heads turning, but nobody said a damn word. And they still got it up the flag flying. And I'm proud of them, because that's what a true ally is going to do. They're going to feel the pain of the community, and they're going to take the repercussions that come with it, and they're going to do it unapologetically, because they recognize they have a children in their family that are Black. They're mixed, so they have to recognize they have to prepare them for the outside world when they're not inside their immediate family.
Right.
They have to stand strong. There can be true allies is an easy no, because you are going to take on the burdens of the community. If you don't take that willingly, you need to go sit down somewhere and just donate money. Honestly, that's all you can do. Just donate money. Don't say nothing.
Yeah. Not everybody can be freaking Eminem, man. Not everybody can be Eminem. Not everybody's freaking J-Lo, man. J-Lo,
right, exactly.
you can't call Jennifer Lopez racist for nothing, man, because she don't give a fuck.
Right.
You could be green and Jennifer Lopez probably still mess with you, boy.
I'm telling you.
She do not discriminate, boy.
She don't. She go where the money is.
That's why I was laughing. Like, there's sometimes where sometimes black people, we can sometimes call people racist that aren't exactly racist. Like, I remember there was one time somebody called, it was Angelina Jolie. I was like, Angelina Jolie's a racist? This chick then damn adopted half the goddamn Africa.
She's at the Rainbow Coalition. They were like,
have you seen the size of her damn lips? She black enough, damn it. She black enough.
Her lips was real. I love it.
God damn.
I used to play the hell out of that video game too. Where I was like, jump, Angelina, jump.
Like, oh, okay. Or I remember when somebody called Kim Kardashian. I'm like, Kim Kardashian's claim to fame was getting blown by a damn black dude, man. Getting her back blown out. Come on, bro. That's not right. Stop it now.
Another term on the in between that needs to be created, and I was thinking about
right.
Because today I was researching some stuff that was all about inventions and stuff, and I was like, there is a fraction of people, white people, who are just I don't know how to say it. Like, they adore black culture. They adore culture, people of color. And it's not that they're racist or they're appropriating. That's what?
That's on TikTok. Like a lot of black culture is acknowledged and celebrated on TikTok. Like 80% of the music you hear on TikTok is from, is black music,
Yeah.
And the dance,
they don't know where it came from.
Black people. The dances, the vast majority come from black people,
But like Kim, she know where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen. Kim, listen. So the movie Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet, right? It almost didn't get made because of the name. So the term "break the internet," right? That originally came from Kim Kardashian doing a naked photo shoot. That's where the whole phrase came from. Right. And Kim Kardashian before that was known for getting down with freaking Ray J. Now, my thing is, if your whole claim to fame is getting your back blown out, I'm not saying that you can't get. I'm not saying you can't be racist. I'm just saying. We gotta have better standards for racism, right? We gotta have better standards. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she has biracial children, right? She has
they just brought pornography to a different standard. That's all they did.
Right.
They gave it a little bit. They turned it into an actual business. They show all the other porn stars, this is how you're supposed to do. You invest in yourself.
No, you know what though? Khloe Kardashian is a real one though. She tried to stick with freaking Lamar. Now she tried to stick with him. Now listen, if you got a motherfucker doing damn crack, doing all that shit, and you still stick with him, she tried. Now
right?
She tried. She tried. She did. He was cheating on her with everybody. She fucked. Listen, this man allegedly fucked the goddamn mail lady. He cheated on her with everybody, and he said she still stuck around. Man. You know what? I can't say shit about her, man. She was a real wife. She was a real wife. Cause goddamn, that motherfucker was sniffing everything.
Go in and out her life, she gonna try to stick it out. The one thing her family
that motherfucker nostril looked like damn. That motherfucker nostril looked like he took some goddamn chocolate, just went.
He was a pookie. He had the pookie going on.
Like he cleaned his damn nose out with damn flour, man. Yo,
oh my god,
that motherfucker did every drug, man. That's why I say like we gotta have some better standards.
I went to
Yeah,
front of
that shit
him.
was wild.
And here's the question
That
though.
was wild, man.
Here's the
You
question
know
though.
what though? That actually go ahead.
Yeah, do you think a black person could be racist towards black people? You know, kind of like a, I
Oh
don't know,
yeah,
maybe like a Candace Owens or Brandon Taylor.
yeah.
That's a form of body
I
dysmorphia.
don't think. I think that people like Brandon Tatum, the conservative twins, ABL, Anthony Bryan Logan, you know who that is, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Anthony Bryan Logan,
Yeah.
he's a black man on YouTube who claimed that the KKK wasn't so bad because the KKK brought presents to him and his grandmother when he was a kid. He literally
Yeah,
said that.
I
He
think that's the
I
literally
think,
said
downside.
that.
I think
Huh?
Jesse Lee Peterson. I think he said something of that effect too. You know who he is, Jesse Lee
Yeah.
Peterson.
Jesse, oh my God.
Amazing.
You do know that he's in a doghouse a little bit, right? In terms of
I,
Good
conservatives,
for
right?
him.
Because it was found out that
know.
he was retweeting things from OnlyFans that were from the gay male line, and he didn't tell nobody, and
Oh,
it
he
was
was
discovered. And
dipping.
I'm not making any judgments. Hey, that's fine. But if you're gonna be
He
the
was
person going against
dipping.
same sex marriage, I don't want to hear from you no more. Okay? Don't want to hear from you. Don't want to hear from Lindsey Graham because we all know Lindsey Graham. Come on now.
Uh-huh. I think that people of color who have an issue with being black, I think that is a form of like body dysmorphia. I honestly do.
Yeah, I
You know,
do.
a hatred of self, a hatred of the skin that you're in. That is a mental condition. I mean,
Yeah,
people have this like my partner is talking about transitioning to be a man, and they are
Right.
very uncomfortable in the body that they're in. And I was like, you can't just look, because I'm not the one. You ain't gonna just start taking some testosterone, talk about you go transition. I'm if you go to see a psychologist,
Right.
you
yeah, yeah.
know, you're gonna get cut
I
off from
mean,
me.
I
Yeah.
You
mean,
gotta go talk
I
to a
mean, like,
doctor,
listen,
because you
yeah.
can do that transition and still not be satisfied. You know,
Well,
Right.
and I
listen,
look at
everybody,
people
listen,
who
I think
hatred for
everybody
black
has
people
issues.
for their own people like that. They need to
Yeah, yeah. I
they're
think everybody has
traumatized.
issues. Yeah. But Brandon and Canada, I believe that they say the things they say to appeal to their like white majority base, right? So they
Hmm.
bash black people unfairly. Sometimes, it may have some merit to what they say, but a lot of sometimes it's like what? It's
It's
like, why would
personal.
you say something like that? I believe they're trying to appeal to
I
their white base for the money,
I'm gonna reveal something.
Yeah.
I've actually interacted with Candace Owens. I've actually
Oh my
interacted with
lord.
Candace Owens. Yep, yeah, I did. I've met her before. So I went at her before on YouTube because she used to run this thing called Social Autopsy. So Social Autopsy was this website, and when she was actually on the freaking left. It was a site whereas whenever you leave a social media comment on Facebook or any other social media site, they would archive it in terms of a screenshot, and it didn't matter what age you were, they were linking you to everything that you said online. So you had 15-year-old kids who were being doxxed. And this is
Wow.
why Candace Owens, when you Google her name and you dig back far enough, people were calling her a freaking doxer. She tried her best to claim that she had nothing to do with it, but then this what other YouTuber named Blair White, it's a conservative transgender person. It's very weird. Don't ask me how that
I
fucking
know
works.
Blair.
Yeah. But she had a
Mm,
freaking debate with her about it and everything else. But when it comes to Candace Owens, let me tell you, Brandon Tatum is a true believer. Candace Owens is not. Candace Owens, she. I want you to take race out of it. Take
she a
police
paper
out of
chaser.
it. Take Donald Trump out of it. Take all out of it. What Candace Owens wants more than anything else is money.
She a paper
She
chaser.
married
Yeah.
a white
I
She's an
agree.
dude. She
opportunist.
married. She didn't marry the freaking white janitor. She married a rich white millionaire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's going with whatever she thinks can earn her money. And when you think about that, the people who are the most devoted are the ones that are gonna get and you
Money.
know who are gonna give you the most money, much like a freaking church or like a freaking cult. You know, right? There's no business in trying to appeal to the masses because the masses are going to criticize you from all sides. But if you have a more centralized type of audience, well, it's a little bit different. This is why Candace Owens is sticking around. But the problem is, in about 5 or 10 years, where is she going to be?
She gonna be somewhere in her little cave with all her money by her damn self.
So the alchemy ninja asks, why can't you be right and trans? Um,
right and trans.
Listen,
It is.
do you want to take that one? I'm not even gonna bother.
Hyper contradiction. I mean, what bigger way can you be more of a hypocrite?
You guys cannot stand someone doing something they like and are good at it. Wait, what?
What?
I mean,
They like and they are
you said something
good.
about Brandon Tatum. You said like he
Hey,
believes what he's
Sim.
saying.
Sorry.
I mean, if
What's
he
going on,
does
Sid?
believe what he's saying, I think his moral compass is broken because he says what they did to Elijah McClain was justified. What they did to Ahmaud Arbery is justified. So I'm thinking, like, if he really believes that, then yeah, he's a moral degenerate.
I'm doing the get blocked dance. Somebody want to get blocked?
Listen,
Get blocked.
DH the
Blocked.
Immortal says, you guys are haters, and that's what I said. She likes doing what she's doing, and she's good at. Candace Owens, have you ever even met her before? I've met her in person, man. I met her in person. I can tell you that if you talk to the amazing Lucas, who's also another black conservative, but he's more reasonable. You would like the amazing Lucas.
I was
He's yeah.
That's the younger guy.
You
I know. I can't remember. I saw this younger guy.
He's always wearing like a hat, muscular guy, kind of light
I know
skin.
one of the Candace Owens, family people, or not family, but in that same row. I can't remember his name. Got it was interviewed undercover. He was basically saying, "Oh, I'm in this for the money. I don't care anything about these Republicans. But when it comes down to you going to get the donations, you say what you have to say to get the money." And I will go look for that interview, but he literally admitted it. People was like, "Oh," I mean, they forgot about it by now because they don't care because he went to a rally and he was like, "Yeah, I love Trump." And I mean, the attention span is that long.
Someone mentioned Larry Elder. As a matter of fact, I would have probably voted for him. I would have voted for him in the recall election if he wasn't so pro police. I was like, nah. that's what.
Listen, the Republican Party is so much of failures, right? To the point where you got a recall vote in California, which is next to fucking impossible to even accomplish. And you were given a fucking layup. Motherfucker, this was not Steph Curry or freaking Kyrie Irving shaking and baking on you, baby. This was a freaking layup. You got a layup in California and you fucked that up. How do you get a recall vote in the most populated state in the whole union with probably the most left-leaning governor in the whole fucking country?
Wait, hold on. Immortal said, plantation white. Listen, man, I don't even consider myself liberal. Like, a lot of my views lean conservative. To tell you the
excuse
truth.
me. I will let him talk. I will let him talk for as long as he wants. But if you call me a liberal again, I'm going to ban you. I'm an anarchist, motherfucker. Get it right.
Independent.
I'm
an independent, so
I lean like libertarian / conservative. So don't say I'm a liberal just because we have issues, or at least I have issues with the police, does not mean that I'm a liberal. Okay, even
right.
Some conservatives have issues with police. Okay, so yeah, just don't paint me with that broad brush right there because of my views with the police.
Because I get insulted when somebody call me a damn liberal.
People love putting
fucking can't stand Nancy goddamn Pelosi. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's so annoying.
God, I can't stand that bitch.
He's a flip flopper too.
So wait a minute. If I'm for like legalizing drugs, would that make me like a liberal or I don't know. So on that issue,
actually, it could make you anything because you look at the polls. Even most conservatives want to at least legalize weed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm for
decriminalize it and legalize it.
Most drugs. Yeah.
Because right now in Portland, that shit's actually helping. what's happening is all the money that they were spending on going after people for freaking drug stuff. Now they're trying to actually address homelessness. They're trying to now. It's a slow process because you got so many people who are actually homeless. But the money that you're saving from having to pay cops to fill up freaking gas tanks to go out and freaking fuck with people. You have to hire as many cops. Cops can actually reserve resources to go and help freaking rape victims, or people who are being freaking assaulted. But basically, what's happening is we are looking at the drug problem as it should have been looked at from the very, very beginning, as a public health concern.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just,
and they are not addressing that's concerned. But the other thing this is something that's going up in Alabama, because they have the worst education in the whole United States, and I see why. They put no money towards the funding of the schools here. I remember being in Charlotte, and we had all these wonderful magnet schools that your child could go to any one of those schools where their talent was focused. So if your daughter loved art, she could go to a school that focused in art for free. This is not, you have to pay anything out of pocket. But here they don't do anything like that. Like they literally just, hey, take an online class and here's the answers. That's how it is. Because I saw the courses. I was like, oh my God. They almost make me want to be a teacher, but they don't pay enough. But
did this man just say Alabama is smarter than liberals and progressives? He just said that.
Alabama, they are the smart. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my story. So they're thinking about bringing the lottery here, and they also need to go ahead and legalize marijuana because the money and the funds that they can use that could go directly into the school system. And I remember when North Carolina adopted the lottery, it was a big boom in education for the state itself. We have all these universities in this state, okay, major ones, that money could be going to help get local students in the state into those colleges because they basically feed the schools from out of state. Everybody go to Alabama State, they're not from Alabama, like they don't have programs like that in this state to promote education so that they go to the university that's in the state. Like
I want to show you something.
Go to UNC Chapel Hill. They will give me money just to go back to UNC Chapel Hill because I lived in that state.
Okay, so Alabama is ranked 49th out of 50. Alabama is ranked 49th out of 50. God damn.
Oh wow, that's not good.
Oh my God. Let me just see. Let me see. What is the state?
Do some research.
Right.
Fact check me.
Okay,
no.
Go ahead. No. It's actually 34th. 34th. Oh. Let's see. Let me see. Let me make sure. So Alabama.com. Alabama ranks 34. Okay, that's the 2000. That's 2019. 34. Okay, so let's see what the current rank is. Let me go over to freaking Google real quick.
Google it.
I love Googling this. Alabama K through 12.
I don't think it's Florida. Rank. I don't think Florida is number 50. Florida is like high Florida for imprisonment.
Alabama ranked dead last. Holy shit.
What about California? Check California.
Holy shit. There's a whole fucking wait. And if anybody wants to argue this, right? Okay, so it ranked 49th. Okay, so here. This is actually from the governor of Alabama.gov. So it's from the governor's office. You can't argue this shit. Holy fuck. How are you this dumb?
We're trying to get them to promote this lottery now because this is going to be part of the education in the state. Like,
I want to read.
Come to Alabama and talk crap about it. I love this state. It's a beautiful state. It has a lot of potential, but it needs a lot of damn work. We need a lot of help. But nobody is willing to come here to do it.
I want to read something. Alabama students are performing significantly below national averages. Less than half of Alabama public school students in grades 3 through 8 scored proficient on grade level tests of reading and math in 2018. In all grades, 48% of students were proficient in math and 46% were proficient in reading. So less than half of your students are good in math and less than half of them are good in reading. The overall proficiency rate for science, which is tested in the 5th and 7th grades, was much lower at 38% for science.
Science.
Yet y'all want to
And
talk
why you
about
think they won't
vaccine
wear no
mandates?
mask?
Oh my
Science
God.
does not exist here.
Oh my God.
It doesn't exist.
Damn, yo.
They don't
And
listen
then
to
and then
science because they're not taught science.
what makes that worse, right? What makes that worse is that because Alabama and Mississippi and states like that have like a really, really low population, if your population has a significant amount of dumb people, it's not like California, where it's, yeah, you got a lot of dumb people there, but you also got a lot of smart people to make up for that, right?
Right?
Yeah.
No, the balance is very
You don't
off.
have that. So basically, I want you to imagine like breeding dogs. If you breed a dog that's ugly as fuck to dogs who's ugly as fuck, you ain't gonna get damn
They
Kim
have a
goddamn
whole bunch of ugly
Kardashian.
dogs.
You're talking about some genetic stuff there, man.
No, I'm not praising eugenics. I'm not saying that. I am saying that if they ever say we want to secede from the fucking US, we let them.
Mhm.
Okay? We let them. If they ever say I want to succeed from the US, we let them. Okay?
Just let me
We let
ride
them
my
go.
bus out of here first. Let me get out
So
first.
so tell me,
Don't lock
what is the
me in.
most racist shit? I want to know, brown girl. I called you brown girl. Called you brown
Hmm.
girl because that's how I know you. Um, Tell me, what's the most racist shit you've seen in damn Alabama? I want to know the most fucked up, the shit that makes you want to get the goddamn pitchforks.
Oh my god. I keep myself. I'm always back here in the woods. They don't mess with me too much because they know I'm magical. They call me the Oracle in the bus.
Mhm. Oh
They
Lord
think I'm some
Jesus.
kind of voodoo priestess back here, and I'm okay with
Really?
that.
Wow.
But I'm trying to think the most racist thing that's happened.
Cause I know Jamal does see some shit in damn California. Shit.
Here in
Oh
Alabama,
yeah.
Mm. But Alabama's a whole different kind of beast,
the
though.
way that they call me girl.
Oh yeah.
Every time I go out and if a white man or white man talks to me, he automatically calls me girl. And it's not like the term of endearment, girl.
Right.
Like I can't say I have not unless I go out into the country. I don't see no Trump flags or nothing like that. I can pretty much. I'm in Mobile, so it's a bigger
Hmm.
city. You go on the outskirts, you're
Right.
gonna see stuff like that. In the city, it's pretty calm. It tastes like chicken. It's there, it just tastes like chicken. They're very cordial and good people here. And even if they're
Hmm.
Republican, they're very kind. They will do anything for you. They just
Right.
will, but they will admit. And I had a church. I went to a I went to a food bank one time. They're like, "Well, we're a Republican church and we all vote for Trump." And she told me her story why and everything. And but only reason why that's one reason why, because I had something happen to me and somebody forced me to have an abortion. So we shouldn't let anybody else have one because they forced me. That was her excuse number one. Her excuse number
Mm.
two is I was born white and I'm from Alabama, so I just gotta continue to vote with my family.
I'm curious about you, Ed
Even
Cab.
if
Like,
you
what
think
about
other, you have no
Washington?
right to think other. Because you were born white and you're in Alabama, you gotta be a Republican.
What does that even imply? Let's deep dive that statement real quick. Wait a minute. Hold on.
That is like the
So
most racist thing I
if
heard.
you're not white and you're not from Alabama, should you not vote for Republicans? What are they
I couldn't
saying
go
here?
that deep with her, but I mean that's the mentality that they have. Even my neighbor, sweet guy, I had to have the N word conversation with him too because he got a little comfortable. My nigga, no, 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 no.
I got something to
But
say about that.
you want to go first?
Oh well, okay. Let me just share my experiences with the N word. I don't know if it's like a new trend or maybe I'm just getting older, but I'm hearing like a lot of not just white people but Latinos saying the N word, not with the hard R, but with the A, right? 'Cause
Mhm.
I'll be going, I would just be out in the streets. I just be hearing them say, the N word. I'll be like, whoa, right in front of my face too. I'm like, what is it? Is it become the norm now for for the younger
No,
generation to say the N word now, like in front of, especially in front of black people? Like, what's going
they don't
on? You
understand
know,
the significance of it. The history of it has gotten diluted over
crazy.
time. Just like, we have to, just like they think that that my anaconda don't want nothing unless you got buzz for her. They think that Nicki Minaj invented that. We know somebody made that song before
No,
that.
no,
Okay. And with the N word, they hear it so much in culture, in music. It has
Yeah,
to be
hip hop.
hip hop,
Yeah,
and they don't understand the significance that at one time, yes, we did re-own that word for
yeah,
ourselves. That's why they say it in music and culture. That doesn't mean that you're a part of that privilege.
right,
And
right, right.
that's the message that needs to get out there. Yeah, we reclaim that word for ourselves. Do I say it on a regular basis? No. And now, can I admit if I'm talking to my people and just my people in private, will it slip out every now and then? Yes, because it's a part of my culture and it's a term of endearment when I'm speaking to that person. But it's not a word that should be said in broad daylight in the middle of a room or if you're singing a song. Just mute yourself when that comes on. Am
Crazy.
I,
Yeah.
I,
am I mute?
I was gonna say personally, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Just be prepared for the consequences.
With the
Now,
Yeah,
you
consequences
want to
of
say
it,
the N
right?
word,
yeah.
you want to say
That,
the N
that,
word. If you want to call me the N word, and if I happen to have my dog or happen to have my freaking taser, I'm gonna hurt your ass. Okay,
And get a
so you can say
Frankie
whatever you want to
joint.
say.
Yeah.
You're free
I
to say
mean,
whatever
yeah,
you want to say.
yeah. I mean, I
But
tell
some people when
people,
they're
yeah.
doing it to get a reaction. It's all about the reaction.
Oh,
No,
they
no,
gon'
no,
they
Like the
gon' they
one
no.
gon'
that did
definitely
it at
get
the
one.
party, she wanted a reaction because I was the only chocolate thing in the room, in a whole house full of white people, and they looked at me like Nia about to whoop her ass, and I was looking at her like she ain't talking to me, and I kept it moving.
Mm.
I even spoke to the people that was in the house for like, we really respect you because you could have just like we was like you had every right to drop kick her in her neck, but you didn't. And why did you not? I said because she was looking for a reaction. I'm not gonna give her my energy for what? She wanted
Mm.
me to react. She wanted me
That's
to
true.
show a stereotype.
You
She
are
just
Hey,
much
want
I
better.
gotta get.
See, you and Jamal, y'all are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost.
I
Y'all
ain't
are walking in
sanctified for
faith.
no Holy Ghost, honey.
Y'all are walking. Listen. You don't need the second set of footprints on the goddamn sand. You are walking on that beach all by yourself. You are filled with faith. Y'all have strength that I don't have. Cause you call me an N word right to my face, and I got my dog right next to me. I might say, I mean, where's that leash? Here, let me take that off of you.
Hey, I'm
Charge
curious.
him.
I'm curious. I'm curious. In
Hmm?
Washington, you live in Washington State, right? Like,
Right.
do you face like how is it there? Do you face like a lot of racism? Are people cool? Are they very like liberal?
It is
Open
very
minded?
much it's just as much racism, believe it or not, as you find in like Alabama or South Carolina. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of it. The thing is that they tend to hide it.
They hide it.
Now, when they bring their racism, it's more corporate.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah. Definitely in business.
Mm.
Definitely in business up there.
Like for
Yeah.
example, I'll give you a prime example of that. Right? Yeah, you don't find Klansmen here. Let me tell you what you
Mm-mm.
do find. You go over to Kent, Washington, you find Nazis. Remember that video that I did about the assistant police chief who's literally a fucking Nazi? Yeah, that's the kind of
Mm-hmm.
shit that you find here. So for the most part, because Washington State is so white, this place is fantastically white. Like
It's
it's
gotta be
white as
beautiful up there, though.
fuck. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is, but it's fantastically white. It can get so bad to the point where if you're black and you walk through the wrong neighborhood, they're gonna call the cops on you. You
Mm-hmm.
for
Only
simply walking.
because
For simply walking.
you're an anomaly. we just saw something dark walk down the street. We don't know what it is. It's Bigfoot.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I will say this though. I will say this though. The white girls here love black men. Holy shit.
Of course they do,
I will say that. I will say that, man. They listen,
and that's okay.
that's the
That's
one
all
thing
right.
that I've been going at. I've been going at a lot. I actually got into a brief Twitter spat with freaking Umar Johnson, like
Mm-hmm.
the freaking doctor guy. I got to a spat with him about the fucking freaking me being a black man and having a white fiance. He's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be doing this whole snow bunny thing. I said, hey, I married a black woman. I had a child by her. Do you know what she fucking did? She jacked up my. She had the courts use my kid as a fucking weapon because I came out
As a weapon.
because she was an opportunist because I came out against the local goddamn sheriff, and so she used that to her fucking advantage. And then she also used weed against me in Dan, South Carolina. So hold up now. I gave a black woman a chance. I gave her multiple years of my life, and even they set my child support at $896 a month for one kid. Excuse me.
Wow. She knew somebody.
Excuse me.
Listen,
Excuse me. And I was there when they shot Walter Scott in the back.
Wow.
And his only charge was missing one child support payment. Okay. Excuse me. His baby mama was goddamn black. Okay. I have no problem with black women. Absolutely not. I came a black woman. Obviously, I'm black as fuck.
Somebody asked me, do you have anything against black men dating white women? No, number one, because I ain't dated them. I'm gay. Okay. But
I'm 35 years old, man. I'm old as fuck now.
If it wasn't for interracial dating, I would not exist. Okay. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for my great grandmother having, being with a white man, my grandmother would not have been here, and my father is Dominican, and my grandfather is Native, I would not exist. Okay? It's not about the mixing of the blood. It's about the mentality of the minds.
Right.
We are meant to coexist with each other and mix up. That's why we're unique and different. Yeah. That mixture is going to keep us, to survive genetically, scientifically. We are meant to cross. If we were not meant to crossbreed with other people that's not of your race, it would not be. We wouldn't be able to.
I asked Umar Johnson 2 questions. I said, so why did you support Colin Kaepernick and Malcolm X? He didn't have an answer for that question. Of course. I asked him another question. I said, so if white people are already going to become the minority by 2040, why the fuck do you even care?
Why do you care?
Yeah. Like, bro, one of the 48 laws of power is to know when you've won. Know when you've won. You're gonna win by 2040. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I went at him hard.
I would love to wake up and when I turn 132, look around, I see a whole bunch of, mid-range complexion babies all over the place. And I could just close my eyes and know and be thankful that the negative traits in our humanity is being washed the hell away. That's what genetics is about, is pulling the strong traits out so that humans can survive. Yeah. The society now is right more about self-preservation. Hey, dude!
Yeah, we, listen, let me tell you something. My boo, she's a court reporter, and she make a lot of money. So let me tell you something right now. Listen, I make a lot of money too, but I paid all the bills already. So right now, I'm living off of her money. This chick makes so much money to the point where I've seen her make 11 grand in like 3 weeks. Okay, so listen.
What class I need to take?
She's a court reporter. She's an independent court reporter. And if you want some help to learn how, and believe it or not, most of the depots are done remotely now because of freaking COVID. So you can make $800, $900 a freaking session.
I think I can take that class on the side. I can do a minor. Yeah, I'm gonna do a minor.
Yeah, and it only takes I think to be a stenographer, the only thing you need is the actual machine, and I think you got to go through the actual test, and that's kind of it. But it's but basically, I think once you get the national certification, you can go anywhere. But I think some states require different things.
What you doing? Yeah, I'll take a cut record.
You can. I know people right now who are in Hawaii. She's in Hawaii. I know a chick right now who's one of my Facebook friends who's in Hawaii. She does closed captioning, and she does closed captioning for freaking shows in Atlanta. She makes more than $100,000 a year.
Ooh, I can do that all day.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know how to do is type.
Yeah, but you gotta be super fast, with shorthand, right? Type. She Well, to be qualified in Washington State, you got to be. I think it's like 200 words, like 200 words a minute.
Oh, I can
That's
do that.
fast. That's really
Yeah.
fast.
I can do that.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
get
gonna
going,
look.
guys.
I'm
All right, man.
To go.
peace,
Take
brother.
care.
Let me follow you. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Later.
All right, Jamal.
I got him.
Jamal for Jesus. Jamal for Jesus. He's a sweet guy, man. I mean, great guy. God, and that's why when I hear about how cops like actually abuse him, it's like, really him?
Yeah, it's bad, and it's just. and I was listening to you earlier about talking about how they don't fear people who are in the military, and that we do fear police, and that's true. You know, my
Yeah,
father, my grandfathers, my father, they were all in the service, and they tell somebody that they were in the service, it's because they did have an honor,
yeah,
that they went through with each other, a camaraderie, a brotherhood that they went through with each other, that they mean for life. Police officers don't do anything. They make a choice to choose to be officers. It is a
right.
job. You can call it career if you want to, but it is a chosen job. The difference between a police officer that chooses a job of being a law enforcement and a person who goes into military is the stakes that they have to protect what they're protecting. Now, it doesn't appear that the police officers are in it for the honor of protection of their fellow man like a person in the military would be. You know,
Yeah,
so it's just sad. It almost like, yes, maybe we do need to make law enforcement national and let the military handle it, because we probably would be better
yeah,
off. National
yeah. I
guards
mean,
and
that
treat
that
us.
that probably, yeah. I hate to say it, and you
Yeah,
you might be right though.
I remember
You might be
when
right.
not George Floyd, but I can't remember the brother's name. I'm so bad with names, and I can feel bad when I
Dante
forget
Wright.
somebody we
This.
lost.
Ooh,
Yeah,
so
in
what do you look like?
Charlotte, the one that was in the
Charlotte.
car, and um, his wife was outside when they murdered him. Charlotte, North
Oh, I can't
Carolina.
remember.
Um,
Okay, there's been a lot of things happening in North Carolina, man.
Emory, not Emory. Well, when we were protesting that, and the police were there, the police treated us so bad,
Yeah,
And Charlotte has become a very big, you know, um, ground for civil rights and for Black Lives Matter, because Trump loved bringing his butt there and campaigning right in the middle of town, like it's okay. But anyway, the police officers are treated us so horrible there with the programs that they have in place. Like, it was one program that they created that if you got arrested, somebody will be outside waiting for you to give you something to drink, a change of clothes if you need it, the number to a lawyer if you needed it. This is a program that will help reform the prisoners. You know that
right.
they went and the police were out there and just tore their stuff down, even though they were on public property. They have every right to do it. Like, that's how the police treat us. But when the National Guard came and was there for like 2 months, the National Guard was so nice. They protected the protesters. It's a shame that the we had to get protection from the National Guards, and the local police were not. Their morals of what their job is money bound and not human bound. It is not directed towards protecting human beings in your neighborhoods, and half of them not even in your damn neighborhoods. That
Nope.
part. They live outside the city or someplace else on the outskirts where they feel quote unquote safer. You know, that's the only way I can see that police reform would happen, is if they have to be in the community,
Hmm.
or if it's made federalized
Yeah,
and and
yeah.
and
You
trained
might
by
be
the
right.
army. I
Yeah, you
mean,
might be right. Honestly.
it's a less of a chance, even though we still got some people in there that's crooked. But if they
Yeah.
have to answer to the federal government and not the local government,
Qualified immunity will not protect you from a freaking court martial.
hello.
Oh no, it won't. And believe it or not, in the military, they can still execute you, depending on how bad you've done
Mm-hmm.
something. They can literally bring you to a freaking fire squad. Now that doesn't usually happen, of course, but it
But
can.
it can, right.
It can. And, and
I
and
got
I
my
think
my
that
cousin is in
go ahead.
here. Hey, cuz.
Hey, Cuzzo, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Tell me. So, one other thing that I want you to tell the whole audience, if they want to follow you, how would they follow you? What's
Brown
all
girl
your
in the
accounts?
bus. I am Brown Girl in the Bus or BGIA Bus or sitting this right here, STRH. You look
And what
those
is the
up.
usual content? Go ahead. Go ahead.
My you can find me anywhere you look for Brown Girl on the Bus. My website is browngirlinthebus.com.
Really?
Okay.
Okay,
Brown Girl on
make
the
sure
Bus.
we get that in the chat. Brown going to bus because I mean, again, I try to promote you, man. Because I honestly think you're one of the funniest content creators out there. You kind of you really, I really got
I
to talk
try
to you at some point and learn how to use all the freaking effects. Cause you're pretty good at it. It's kind of funny.
I try not to
Um,
blow the world up. I have to laugh to not cry sometimes. I have to laugh to
um,
not, you know, I'm big about energy and the energy that I put out into this universe. Because I'm a
right,
lot older than I look, and I think it's because I learned like 10, 15 years ago to conserve this energy, you know? So as I conserve this energy, I'm going to give you what I feel you deserve or that's going to be beneficial. And that's how I think. And it's hard. Oh, it's hard. It's a difficult thing to do. But when you have
right,
power, internal power, internal gift, internal passion, we learn to harness that energy in the right way. I am an oracle.
right,
I am gifted, but I don't let everybody know that because it's not for everyone. You
right.
know, like I can't see the future, but I can read energy. You know, so as we step into our greatness, which I look at you as your greatness too. Okay, because I
Oh,
love your content. I'm like,
oh,
he be so
oh,
in depth with that
oh. You know,
joint.
I've been told I was good. I was kidding.
I love your
I was
content.
kidding. I
I
was
always
kidding.
share your content. I always watch your content because
Thank you.
it is a difficult. It takes a certain type of person to put themselves in a place to say you are wrong. Not only are you wrong, I know you're wrong because I used to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking my truth by calling out your truth. Okay, so it takes a certain type of person to be able to do that because you were part of an organization that you hate. You know now, but you admit that
Yeah.
you were there at one time. You
Yeah.
know that's a strength. That's greatness. You know, and if
Thank
nobody
you.
told you about that you're appreciated for that greatness, I'm going to tell you I appreciate you for that greatness because that
Thank you.
gives me motivation to present the messages that come that I feel deserve the energy. I'm nothing but an artist. Okay, I am a sponge artist. My bus
Right.
is a canvas. I'm a canvas. Everything to me is a canvas. This platform is a canvas for me.
Right.
So I always look at it from an artistic standpoint on how to deliver a message that can be heard and get past all the blockage that people put on things. You know,
Right.
but like signs that you might be a racist. If I say it and just say you're a racist because of this, they're gonna immediately flip. But if I make it funny
Right.
and suck them into it, then they might actually hear the message and might be like, you know what? Okay, maybe I am.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not about sugarcoating; it's about communication.
Right.
People receive things in different manners. They learn in different way. If
Right.
we communicate it right in the right way, if it end up being the daggone UFO sound that come out the earth and make people realize their wrongs, then we need to go get that UFO. Play the
Listen, it's 2022. Please don't put that out there to eat the man. It's 2022. We've had a rough couple of years. Oh,
I'm waiting
Jesus.
for. That's all I'm waiting for is for there go aliens to come down. Like, look now, we tired of
I'm waiting for the
y'all.
damn zombies. I'm waiting for the damn zombies. That's what I'm
I
waiting on.
look. I'm in the army bus. This thing is bulletproof. Don't play with me. All right, I want to put a. I'm already trying to
You
figure out how
could
I'm
be
gonna put some
walking
things in
outside
the
with a
front
freaking
pocket.
samurai, walking outside with a damn
Look, I
samurai
got
suit,
arrows.
like you got them shown.
I got my arrows ready. I got knives everywhere. Knives everywhere.
Oh my God.
Airplanes, zombie apocalypse, and the aliens coming. I'm ready. I got about 1,800 gallons of water on this joint. If I need to grow some food, I can. What's up? I ain't
Oh
playing with
Lord, have
them.
mercy.
I can make a whole coat out of my dog hair, out of my dog's head fur. Look. You need some socks? Hold on, let me show you the dog.
No, you're not gonna make a coat out of dog's fur. No, you're not. You.
Them bitches are warm. Call me Cruella. He's gonna still be alive because he can grow some more fur.
Oh my God.
Everything has a purpose. Your job is to grow fur and look cute. Keep on growing fur, baby. We're gonna make some socks, some gloves.
No.
Think I'm playing.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Oh my God, you awful. Oh my God.
I'm saying, I don't waste nothing. I waste nothing.
Baby.
Nothing gets to waste, okay?
Tell us some of this zombie apocalypse comes. She gonna take her dog's hair and make a coat out of it.
Sure am.
Oh my God, I love
They
your concept, man.
I'm gonna have a baby goat.
Anyways,
some milk. We don't have no food. I'm like,
Oh.
I just made some cheese. I'm making it happen over
Lord
here.
Jesus.
Tools to learn how to build stuff.
I know you don't do that to the dog. The dog keep the fur.
I saw a video last night. I was like, I can do that. I know how to make thread and string. This girl literally got a box of dog fur. Same kind of dog I had. Let me show you him.
Oh my God.
Look, this is him.
No, you leave that little dog. You could make a goddamn glove out of that little dog.
Sent to her, and she took that dog fur and made thread out of it and made some socks. I was like, I can do that. I can crochet. Then she took the dog fur and she daggone made what did she make? Thank you, sweetheart. Is that coming to me too? God bless you. She took that dog fur and made a whole statue that looked just like the dog from the dog fur.
Thank you so much, Biggie Hunter. But yeah, wait a minute. What video is this?
It's on. I'll send it to you because I was like,
send it.
She just literally made a whole dog out the dog fur. That stuff you can trade when the zombie apocalypse comes. Somebody might want a companion, don't really want a dog. And here you go.
Oh no, I'm not making no
real dog
fur. Oh my God.
He's a dog fur dog.
No.
That thing was realistic.
Who found this out?
So many things went through my head. What I can make with the dog fur now. Like, come on, make me some. Next time I shave you, we're gonna make some. I'll make this. I'm gonna make it have a little dog fur ball. Start my dog fur ball. Yep.
You got me crying over here, man. Oh my God. I ain't never heard no shit like that before.
We waste too much. We do. Think about the lint in your dryer. Dog fur and dog fur and lint for the dryer. You can have a whole goose down.
Thank you so much, Biggie Hunter. Anyway, I got to roll, man. You gonna have me down over here. Send me that video. Send me that video, please.
I'm gonna go look
listen.
For it right
okay,
now.
so the person who did it, was it like a white woman or a black woman? I'm guessing a white woman.
I think she was white, but she made a dog.
Yo, ain't no black woman coming with that shit.
Hey. I can put that on my God. Things that white people created.
Yo, that shit's useful though. I ain't gonna lie, but no, don't cut the dog hair.
I mean, it had to come from someplace else though, because she straight was crocheting that thing and made a whole dog. I said, "Oh, shut up." You done showed me something. She done made a whole dog out of this. That means I can make yarn. I can, like it just opened up the door and things I can make. I got you, bro. I'm gonna send it to you.
No, if you say she crochet, no.
A whole dog. And it looks just like the dog. Look now, you can't jump on his line. I ain't do it. It looks like the dog. With crochet dog. Eyeballs and everything. Yep. I was like,
kill me.
because
Oh my God.
I can make socks and gloves. I can make a whole coat. You know, pom-poms.
Wait. So Bigger Hunter says, I saw another white girl making clothes out of cat hair. No,
Yeah.
stop, bruh.
You can do that.
Oh my God. Y'all leave these animals alone, man.
I wouldn't want to do cat hair because cat hair is a little bit more fine than fluffy dog hair. It was fluffy dog hair.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of shit is on TikTok, bro?
Telling you, that's a whole nother life of TikTok.
What?
You must not have been on Baby Alive side of TikTok.
What?
You got the fake babies that look real.
Oh no! Oh,
Baby Alive.
Baby Alive, really?
They look like they're alive. Babies that
I
look
saw
like
that one video. I think you did it. It was the one thing with like Trump with like the freaking robot. The mouth was moving weird and shit. Shit was creepy as fuck,
no,
yo.
That was creepy. That's creepy TikTok. They got me all over the place. They don't know what to classify.
Did you know that TikTok beat out YouTube in terms of watch time hours?
Really?
Yeah, beat them out. In fact, that's why YouTube. Yeah, that's why YouTube brought in YouTube Shorts. That's why they also got rid of the freaking dislike button. They're trying to become more like TikTok because TikTok is killing them in terms of watch time hours. Because what's happening is, I think people don't want to admit it, but Facebook and YouTube are old guard platforms, and people are looking for something new. And the young people, they cling on to freaking TikTok. Yeah.
And the other thing about YouTube, I've been trying to use YouTube for years, and I've never been able to grow a following on YouTube the way I have on TikTok.
I can tell you why. Because anybody who's black is going to have a really, really hard time growing on YouTube, because there are entire factions of people out there who go around to find black creators and they'll mass downvote you. And the reason why they'll do that is because in the algorithm, it affects you. So nobody will ever like watch your freaking channel. So basically what's happening is YouTube's trying to get rid of all those barriers, and they're trying to get rid of the freaking dislike button. They're trying to bring in YouTube Shorts so you can get more views. And they're also bringing in a YouTube Shorts monetary system, which is going to be different from like the normal monetization system, whereas you can get money as soon as you come in onto the platform. The problem with that is that you're still going to find the same problem with growing on YouTube, because YouTube has been trying to basically spend the money to make themselves more appealing to younger people. Like they're trying to buy away Twitch's freaking talent. Buy away, they're trying to buy away TikTok influencers. They're trying their best to, right? And I think what's happening is that people are just saying, fuck YouTube.
Yeah.
You're just too big now.
I pretty much have said that myself. Like, you've made it so difficult over all this past 10 years. I've been trying to work with you. I done made several channels and start them, and I can never get any growth on them.
It's crazy.
And the most growth I've gotten, I have to say, is TikTok. You know, if they would stop being racist, if they would stop with the shenanigans, with the violations, if they would stop some of these other things, I would be okay with this platform. But other than that, you know, those are things that I can see that could change with the right motivation and stuff like that. Somebody got to get on the inside. Right. That might be me. I'm a mastermind of things like that.
Yeah. I totally vote for you, man. Any customer service, and I totally vote for you. Yeah, exactly, man.
I'm working for TikTok in the HR department.
Like YouTube. I think the only thing that TikTok needs to do is to give more support for desktops, definitely, and then 2, bring in TikTok gaming. Once you bring in gaming, that's it.
That's all they need.
You win
for real. If they bring gaming in,
Oh yeah. Even like
Totally
mobile
market.
gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Just mobile game, like make a TikTok app, and then then go over to the Google Play Store, and also go over to Apple Play Store and say, hey, we don't want we don't want to buy your apps. We just want to feature your apps on our freaking platform.
On our
And so
on our
basically, people
platform.
can actually play it. And so I think what could happen is, I mean, it probably would be like a lot of data costs to our freaking phones. But basically, make it like a screen share program where it's as soon as you go live with like an actual game, you got like a screen share type of program where it's your audience can actually see. And so
Can
in the
watch you
meantime,
play.
between you like playing, yeah, you can actually still click on the screen and still type out stuff, you know. And I
Right.
think
And
that'd be
you
probably
can't
the
do that
best
on the
option.
phone. You need a desktop on that. You
Yeah.
have to have a nice
So I
desktop with a
think
nice connection.
yeah, I think that they're probably gonna go that route because really that's the last bastion that they have. Even if they don't increase the upload times, like the actual upload time, like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes, even if they don't do that, just bringing in gaming means they dominate.
Right. But they're gonna have to rub
Right.
elbows with some people to make sure that they have the they're able to maintain that.
Yeah.
And right now, with the glitches
Cause
that they
yeah.
currently have, with the stuff that they have, they cannot maintain that. This place would
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah.
I can see they're
Yeah.
working on it, but that means they're gonna have to rub elbows with somebody to get that done.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
people like
I
that.
think even if they don't bring gaming to this platform, partner with somebody who has it. Like I think the
Mm-hmm.
one way that TikTok can save Twitch, because Twitch is dying off right now.
Oh
Because
yeah, it is.
Twitch, but TikTok could save Twitch, right?
They
They could
could.
go
They could snatch
they
Twitch
could go
up
go to
and
on Twitch. Yeah,
incorporate it.
yeah, because Twitch has all the platforms for gaming, for mobile
It does.
gaming or desktop gaming. So why not just
It
simply
does.
outsource? Don't yeah. So,
Because
but anyways,
it's
man,
a
I got to
whole.
roll. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Finish it.
I
Finish it.
was
Finish
just,
it.
I
Finish
was
it. Finish
just,
it.
I was just concurring with you about Twitch. That's all.
All right. But anyways, I got to roll. It's been lovely. I'm so glad to finally
Definitely,
talk to you. Finally,
definitely,
because
bro.
I'm actually
Definitely.
a big fan. I'm a big fan. I really
Oh, I'm a big
you're
fan
probably
too.
like the one of the first when the first TikTok challenge that I actually ran across. At first I thought you were weird. I was like, this is weird chick. But then I started watching the video. I was like, wait a minute, she's really fucking funny. Like, like really funny. I actually went to my freaking girl. I started showing you your videos, and she actually likes you too. You're very
Oh,
very
that means a
funny.
lot, y'all. That does.
Yeah, I
That means
love
a
your
lot.
confidence. I love your sense of humor, and I like how when you crack a joke, you just hit me with something that's like I ain't never heard that shit before.
I'm sarcastic.
But it's
I think
true. But it's all true, and
I'm gonna
and
try
I
to tell
love
the
it.
truth at all times. I'm a little petty.
But you leave the goddamn dog hair alone now. You leave that baby hair alone.
He did a job. That's how his job is to grow fur. I'm gonna be able to do this.
No, he
I'm
ain't no
gonna get
damn
that
sheep
video.
now.
I'm
He's
gonna
a
send it
dog.
to you.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, be
All
safe, all
right.
right?
Same to you.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Take care. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been fun. Oh man, I love that chick, man. She makes some great content. Oh God, I love that chick. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Horns up, peace out, good night, and good luck. That's funny as shit, man.